Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Vixie. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the Behemoth Flip. I don't know what else to call this. This is going to be a full flip through of January through June because that's all I could get in this Stalogy. This is my B6 Stalogy, and I know that so many of you have been so excited and waiting for this, so I am just as excited, believe me, to show you. This could actually be a very long video. I will try and edit it so that it is not too long, but if at any point you find that I'm talking too slowly or that the video is going too slowly, you can speed it up, and I recommend using the 1.25 or the 1.5 speed. Any faster than that and you would be very hard pressed to understand what I'm even saying. So, all right, let's just jump into this. I am using a Lauren Phelps design vinyl cover. It's just a plain clear vinyl cover, and thankfully it expands with my book, as you can see, which is really, really good. I really, really like that. I have bought another one, so this is something that I do recommend and I would buy them again. You definitely want something that is going to expand with your cover, especially if you plan on fattening it up like I have. And by the way, I will have everything linked in the description if I have a link for it. I should have links for pretty much everything, so just check there if you want to know where anything is at or where anything is from. Okay, so opening up all of the stickers, I just got off Pinterest. I very frequently spend a lot of time on Pinterest, and so I just find photos or pictures that I really like. Everything that you see here, except for the 2021 vinyl, which I cut myself, everything else you see here came from Pinterest. So all I do is just print them out on my sticker paper and I just stick them down as I like them, as I find them really. And then I have nothing here because this is that awkward page. If you saw my recent setup video for the B6, this is the awkward page. It just sort of like sticks to this, and so I didn't bother putting anything there for this one. So I will preface this by saying that this is very much a work in progress, and you will see a big evolution in how I started versus how I ended. So like when I started in January versus how I ended in June. Right in the very beginning, I had no idea what I was doing. So I didn't really know what I was going to do for a title page, but I thought this was kind of cool. I got this off Pinterest. I actually started this off doing it in bullet journal style because that's what I had come from, sort of. Like I was kind of doing bullet journaling in a TN, standard TN. And so when I moved into my Stalogy, I really didn't know how I was going to set it up. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I pretty much just did it sort of bullet journal style because I just really didn't know how else I wanted to set it out. So I did an index page and I actually started numbering the pages here. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but I did start numbering the pages. I think I only numbered up to like 100 and then I thought, well, this is dumb. So, I mean, as we go through, you'll just stop seeing it anyway. So here I have like projects that I wanted to get done for 2021 and I haven't done any of these at all. I have my to read section. This is my TBR list. And I've gotten through, there's 12 books on here, which I know is not at all impressive, but I wanted to read at least 12 books for the year. My ultimate goal, actually, honestly, was to get through 12 and then put another few on, like 6 or 8 or something. So I would, have some type of reasonably impressive book list, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. But I did end up getting through 6. Yeah. 6. No, I got through 6 books because I DNF'd Midnight Sun, couldn't do it. I'm not going to get into it. Just didn't like it. Far too wordy. Thought it was crap. Couldn't read it. Then I have the rest of these. Well, I started reading The Gentleman Bastards in June last month, and I am struggling to get through it, and it's just because it's not a genre that I normally would read, so I'm kind of struggling. But most of these books actually are genres that I don't read, and I was kind of just challenging myself to get out of my comfort zone and find something else that I might like. And yeah, it's actually worked. I have found some things that I've liked and some things that I haven't liked. So I want to get through the rest. This one, Into the Drowning Deep, I think is a horror book and I think I will like it. I think Rebecca is a thriller, which I think I will like. Here is where I skipped pages because I actually have absolutely no idea. I really have no idea. I think I just wasn't paying attention when I was setting up my book, actually. Pretty standard, really. Then we move into my mood tracker. This is the first mood tracker that I put in my journal, and you can see that or my planner, and you can see that it's all in pencil. I don't even know if you can read it. I really don't, but these are the moods that I was tracking at the time because I was not in a very good mental state, actually. I was very stressed. I was very anxious. I was very angry and upset. I was just going through a great deal of like really negative emotions, and I was a little bit scared, to be honest, and so I wanted to start tracking it and see exactly where my brain was going because I was a little bit scared of the thoughts that I was having at the time, and I wanted to basically track this for a few months and take it to my doctor and show him and be like, okay, help me. So that's why I started tracking my moods, and I even put down here, make your mental health a priority, because I absolutely was not. I am now, and it's much better now, but in the beginning of the year, no. All right, so we get into January. See, the mood tracker should have gone in January, and I was like all flustered and everything trying to make my planner perfect that I wasn't paying attention, and so I forgot to put the mood tracker actually in January. But this is where it starts, and so this is a little mini calendar from SM Plans. It's a freebie on her Facebook group actually. This is just a vellum of it's a red bottle brush. I can't think of the actual name of it, but it's an Australian native, and I just printed it out on vellum, and I just love how it turned out. There's just a January sticker because I didn't know what to put here actually, but I kind of like the layering on that. And I was kind of proud, honestly, for January, for my very first time ever, I was very proud of that layering. So I have a little rinky-dink tab here. And this is where you can see, like, it's very embarrassing. Honestly, this is extremely embarrassing because this is where I first started, had no idea what I was doing, had no idea how I was going to write on this. This was God, I don't remember what pen this was. It was absolute crap. Like, my writing was absolute crap because I was going from writing like in huge letters, because I always write really big, to trying to write small. And then I was trying to use a pen that I didn't even like. So it didn't work. But so this was the first time I ever tried doing a page dump. A brain dump. I wasn't really thrilled with this at all. It really didn't work for me. I had my first task sheet for the month, or my to-dos for this month. Everything, by the way, that's covered up will have something to do with my kids or my kids' friends, and I don't show any of that publicly, so there's going to be a lot of stuff that's blacked out. Then this is the first event calendar that I have, and then this is the first weekly. So this is actually how I had my Stalogy, my standard TN set up. And standard TNs are actually quite long, but they're very narrow. And this layout works beautifully in a standard TN. I did not like how this worked out here. I thought this looked very janky. I hated it, in fact, and I never wanted to do it again. I just didn't like it. Possibly this was a stationary stockpile challenge that Dakshina and one other lady started, and I really liked how it turned out. I did not like it in the beginning, like as I did it. I didn't like it at all, and I just have it on vellum. But I thought I would put it in anyway so that I could track my progress with doing these types of tip-ins, and then, or these types of dashboards, I should say, because then, further in the year, if I do more of them, I can look back at this and go, oh, this is where I got better, or if I got worse or whatever. But looking at it now, I mean, it's not so bad. It's okay. And so here, okay, this is where I'm trying to do a little bit of journaling as well as doing like just basic listing, because I'm pretty much a lister at heart, but I like to incorporate other things as well. And I was trying out a layout similar to this, and I just didn't feel it. So here I'm trying again the weekly overview, because I do love a weekly overview. It helps me to see what's coming up at a glance for the week and things that I want to get done for the week. And then this is when I tried to shove all of my days on one page, and I didn't like that at all. I thought I might like this type of layout because I was on Pinterest forever, like trying to find different layouts and things that I might be able to try and see if I would like, and this was not one of them. In fact, I hated it so much. And then again, I tried doing dailies, like a day, is it one day? No, 2 days on one page. Nope, didn't. And see, my writing is it's terrible because I couldn't write. I didn't know how to write in this, making it neat with the pen that I was using. And I can't even remember the pen I was using, to be honest. This is a washi dashboard. It's the first washi dashboard I've ever created ever. And I just wanted to see what it would look like with all of my dark washi, because I didn't have just straight black washies. I do now. I have a lot of black washi now, but at the time I didn't. And this was all of the dark, I use the term like loosely, washi that I had. Then I tried doing a weekly, which didn't work out. I mean, I kind of like how this looks, to be honest. I really do, but this isn't going to work for me. It doesn't work for me. This was just another layout I was trying to see. I was trying so desperately to find my feet. This is my janky ass lettering, by the way. If you haven't seen any of my other videos where I've I've kind of complained, but mostly bitched about the fact that I don't know how to letter. This is 100% proof that I don't know how to letter. And this here too, like, what is this? Okay, so here is where I have moved into doing, this is where I've moved into doing a day on one page. And I went from drawing out my overview to printing out my overviews. And there's honestly, let's see, hang on. There's really no difference at all. It's the same style, right? I still have the days down the left, things I want to accomplish for the week, and then things I want to clean for the week. It's the same layout, but this works. This works for me. This doesn't work for me, and I don't know. This is just how my brain is. I genuinely don't know. So now we're moving into a day on one page. I've got my little list here, and I've got some things that I wanted to just jot down for the day. Wanted to put that here. I start tracking what I'm listening to on Spotify for my favorites at the end of the month, and I just use a little sticky note for that. But also this will also cover up some personal information or some sensitive information that I don't really want to share. So that it's like it comes in handy for like two things. Still trying the day on one page, still trying to do some lettering. I made my own Animal Crossing dailies, like things that I want to get done every day. And that, because that's back when I was playing Animal Crossing very, very religiously. I don't play it anymore. It's boring as hell. So I don't play it, but that's when I was playing it. Kind of liking this layout. Actually, it's still a day on one page, but I liked that I separated my tasks for the day from my dailies for the day. So the dailies are basically everything that I do pretty much every single day. And then the tasks are just things that I want to get done for that day. And then I just have a little bit of journaling. I was tracking my steps for a little while, kind of fell off with that though. It kind of gets a little bit tedious actually. And here I'm trying again, my weekends I always keep on one day. I don't generally have, Saturday to one page and Sunday to one page because I don't really do enough to warrant having one weekend day per page. This was an experiment I did with my snake plant. This is my very first ever piece of acetate. I have foiled myself. It is the Aquarian symbol, and I thought this was crap actually, and I kind of still do, but it was my very first attempt, and so I wanted to keep it. I wanted to put it in here as like a memory thing, I guess. Although, I have to say, I actually like this acetate, and for the life of me, I don't know where I got it. I really don't, because the acetate that I'm using now is absolute crap, and I hate it. But this is really nice. This is actually quite thick, although it did bubble. So maybe it's not as good as what I thought, but I am looking for some thicker acetate than what I have. So I'm going to have to see if I can find some thicker acetate. But if this didn't bubble and warp, this would be awesome. This would be awesome. This is so thick. It's great. Still doing a day on one page. This is a little date cover that I made myself. Very first time at foiling date covers actually. Didn't turn out so great. That's okay. And some journaling. So this is actually where I started to do some journaling and sort of get a little bit more scrapbooky or creative journaling rather than just straight out listing and planning my day. So the same thing happened here. This is where I put down a lot of some information actually on Invasion Day, which is Australia's January 26th, and it is otherwise known as Australia Day. So I wanted to just put some information on Invasion Day because that's pretty much what it was for all of our Indigenous people and our First Nations people. I just have my kids' picture under here, so I can't show you, but today was the first day, on this day, the 27th, was the first day back at school. This was my first attempt at doing a vinyl. This says anniversary right here. This was my 16-year anniversary, actually, with my husband, and so we didn't do anything. Actually, you know what? At the time, I was like, oh, we didn't do anything because, we have priorities and, we were trying to buy a house and we, whatever. But honestly, I was really upset. Like, he didn't even wish me a happy anniversary or nothing, and we didn't. I was very upset by that. That was really 16 years, Anyway. It's done. It's in the past, whatever. But at the time, I was a little bit upset. On this page, I actually kind of like how this turned out. So I kept my tasks to the left, and then I wrote, a little bit of journaling here, and then had other things down the side. I was still trying to find like a layout that I would really love, and I would continuously come back to. That's pretty much what I was trying to achieve. This is February, which is my birth month and my daughter's birth month, also my husband's birth month. And this is my favorite so far. Well, this is like one of my favorites. I can't say it's my absolute favorite. It's one of my favorites in this journal so far, in this planner so far. This is a mini calendar from the Coffee Monsters Co. This is a foiled acetate. It's absolutely beautiful. It has all of the constellations and the star signs on here. And this was from one of the Simply Gilded sub boxes, and I just fell in love with this. Acetate is everything to me. I just love it so much. This Aquarius picture I found on Pinterest. I probably couldn't find it again if I tried. I have my to-do page, which I did pretty well on. Still wasn't feel like this is she represents the Aquarian because the Aquarius is the water bearer, so she represents Aquarius, but it also kind of depicted how I was feeling, so I still wasn't in the best brain state for the month of February actually, which kind of sucked. I added a few more books to my TBR for this month, but I didn't actually get around to reading any of them. So what I had initially planned was once I had gotten done with my actual TBR, then I would just go back and read these. I would add these to my TBR and just keep on going with these ones. And I'm pretty sure all of these are actual thrillers and or horror. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think that's what they are. And so I was pretty excited to read them. So this is my mood tracker. Love this. Found her on Pinterest. The mood tracker, like all of these headers and things, I just made myself in Silhouette. This washi I got from AliExpress. The tabs I got from Amazon. But the insert and everything, I just made myself. And I color coded it actually to make it easier for me to look at a glance and see how I was doing that month. So this month, it wasn't the best. Like happy is supposed to be represented by pink here, and it really, there's like not a lot of happy. There's a lot of neutral, and there's a lot which roughly translates into like numbness. Actually, like there was no feeling. I was numb a lot, and then there's a lot of, you know, negative feelings as well. So yeah, not a good month, not a good brain month at all. Just my standard event calendar for the month. And then this was the first month that I started doing my Instagram calendar. This is my social media calendar, and this is something that I have continued with and will continue with because I love it. It works for me, and I just it's like the best thing ever. This is so cool. So I looked for a long time, weeks, on Pinterest trying to find, and even Instagram actually, and YouTube, trying to find layouts for social media tracking. And this is something that I think people guard very closely for whatever reason. I don't understand it, but a lot of people do. And so there wasn't very much out there, and there still isn't very much out there. Like it's very, very hard to find anybody who was willing to share their social media tracking. But I'm happy to do this because I know it's a pain in the ass when you're trying to find it and you can't find anybody who's sharing that info. So basically what this is, I put down a icon for every single time I post to Instagram. And then at the end of the week, I write down how many posts I've done, how many reels, and how many stories. So I have my goals for the month, which I did not put down a follower count for the month because this is actually pretty sure this is when I started my Instagram for my planner, and I had no idea. So I was basically just sort of winging it and seeing what kind of responses I got to what I was posting. So my goals for this month, for February, where I wanted to do at least 3 posts a week, 4 reels a week, and 8 stories a week. So I didn't actually do too badly. You know, in the first week, I did the 3 posts I wanted, and I only did 3 stories. I only did 1 reel. Reels are hard. They take a lot of my time. So I don't really, at the moment, I'm not really spending a lot of time doing reels, but back then I spent some time. The second week I did 3 posts, 4 reels, and 7 stories. So you can see, like, I tried really, really hard to meet my goals. In some instances I did, some instances I didn't. And I'm kind of wishing that I had put my follower count because it would have been nice to see. Okay, and so this is also the first month that I started doing a mood tracker because I was not in a good headspace, and these were all pictures that resonated with me or just kind of summed up how I was feeling. Like I wasn't exaggerating. It was a very dark time. February, January, very dark time. This is odd. Okay, so this is where I thought I would be clever and put tape on the inside of my vellum and tape it to this page instead of like tipping it in properly through the spine of my Stalogy. And so it stuck down like this, and I wasn't happy with it, and I really regretted it, but I'm stuck with it now. So didn't do that again. This I was also supposed to foil and completely forgot to foil, but then I kind of like how it turned out. And this is just on vellum that I picked up from Officeworks. It's not bad vellum, actually. It's very, very thin. So if you're looking for something thicker, this is not the vellum for you, but it's fine. It does the job for me, so I like it okay. Still doing my day per page. This was my birthday, the 1st of February. It was actually a pretty good day. I don't typically celebrate my birthday, and so as such, I don't ever post about it because I don't want people saying, "Oh, happy birthday." I think it's an anxiety thing for me, to be honest, because it just puts so much pressure on me. Like, it puts way too much pressure on me. I can't enjoy my day, and I don't like when people wish me a happy birthday. But I mean, I suck it up for my kids because I want to celebrate for them because they're happy. You know, they're happy it's my birthday and they want to celebrate too. So I do it for them for the most part. But I should say, on that day, I had a really good day. So it was awesome. Here I decided to, this girl I fell in love with so much. This is washi that I made myself. I just printed it out and then foiled it. But when I was on Pinterest, because this is where I found her, although it does say lithium-tears.deviantart.com, so I'll have that linked below. But I found this on Pinterest and I fell in love with it, and I thought she was absolutely stunning, and she just resonated with me for this particular day. So I printed her out and I put her in. She's covering up photos of my daughter. We went out for her birthday dinner and my husband's birthday dinner because my husband's birthday is on the 6th and my daughter's is on the 7th. So we just sort of did a birthday dinner, and so I've got photos behind this and some journaling behind that, so I can't show you, but that's actually if you're ever doing that sort of thing, like if you have sensitive information, putting a picture or something over the top of it is a really good way to hide it if you need to do that. Moving into the next week now, another mood board. I love this photo so much. Let's see if I can, I don't know if that's made it any better. It probably hasn't. I will link the website where I found this artwork though. You can only use it for personal use, but they're all goblins, and I am a sucker for goblins. I collect them, and like little figurines and things and statues, and I love this so much. Just another weekly overview. This is another what do you call it? Stationary dashboard challenge from Dakshina and her friend whose name I can't remember. And it's getting all like mangled because it kind of sticks out. I didn't cut it properly and then I didn't tip it in properly. So it kind of just all sticks out a little bit. But I really, really like how this turned out. It kind of makes me happy to see. I got some stickers here from AliExpress. This washi I got from, oh, I can't think of her name. But she's an Aussie seller and she's an Aussie Etsy shop. So I will put that in the description. I'm pretty sure she's still open, hopefully. But yeah, I absolutely love it. It was my first like goth style of washi and I just fell in love. It's just so beautiful. And then the little snail mail thing I just made myself. Oh, Sharina Jane. That's it. Sharina Jane. And I'm obsessed with it. I just love it so much. This I made myself, this washi. These little date covers I made myself. This other washi down here I got from AliExpress. Came in the same order as my weirdo aliens. My another weirdo alien sticker. Love it. Oh my God, no, I was wrong. They're not from AliExpress at all. They were from Sharina Jane. Oh my gosh, I was so wrong. This whole time I've been saying this is AliExpress and it's not. I was a big fat liar. No, okay, so it's from Sharina Jane. And this was a blank page because I couldn't think of anything to put here. Plus look at, it's all like bubbly and stuff from where I stuck down my mood board because I was using this glue. It does it every time. So just a little heads up for anybody who's in Australia using Boss Stick glue, it bubbles. This was another vellum that I didn't cut to the correct size because apparently I can't do that. And I was going to foil it again and then completely forgot. Just another overview. So pretty much everything sort of stays the same for a little while here. Like the way that I have everything set out. Oh, this was BlizzCon, so I had to make a vellum insert. I just printed this on vellum and stuck it in. Another mood board again for the next week in February. And then this is again another vellum that I printed out. Not the right size. I don't know what the hell I was thinking when I made that. And then we come to my February favorites page. This is the first time I have done it in the planner. And so I put down what I was watching for the month, my favorite shows for the month. So I had Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Superstore, and New Girl. And I was reading, and my favorite book for February was Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. And I was playing Spiritfarer, Animal Crossing iOS, City Skylines, and Anno 1800 on Ubisoft because it was free for like a weekend or something. And I binged it the entire weekend. Absolutely love it. Would 100% buy it. I still haven't bought it, but I would. I will. At some point, I will. And then this is a vellum that you can plainly see cut like way, at least it was the right height, but it was like way too narrow. I think, I don't, no idea what I was thinking. And this is my favorite page of all time. Anytime I do this page, actually, it's my favorite in my planner. It's my favorite. This is just a playlist of everything that I had been listening to through the month. So all of my, where are they? Now I can't show you. Oh yeah, here we go. All the sticky notes that I had been using throughout the month, I just transposed into making my own playlist from Spotify. And then I just grabbed some photos either from the video itself or from the album covers of the songs. And yeah, I just absolutely love how it's turned out. So this I made myself in silhouette. And then we move into March. And I made this little March mini calendar myself because I didn't really like any of the calendars that I had seen that were available for free. So I just wanted to make one by myself. And I made that in Canva. This vellum actually turned out really beautifully. And I made this one myself as well. And I love it. It's just absolutely beautiful. That hollow foil. I don't even know if you can see that. You probably can't, but it's just absolutely gorgeous. This illustration I fell in love with. I went down this massive rabbit hole in Pinterest for the month of March, and there was so much that I loved and I downloaded and I printed out because I can't draw. I have Udemy courses that I can go and take that will teach me how to draw, but I did not at the time, and I just wanted my planner to look really pretty. That's really all I wanted. I just, look, even this artwork is absolutely adorable. Like, I want to learn how to draw like this. This is stunning. So I have my to-dos this month. I have it on an actual insert this time rather than having it on, like, writing it on the page. So it's much neater this way. It's much tidier. It looks so much better. And then my brain dump page. I added more books onto my TBR, which I haven't gotten to yet because I haven't, finished my current TBR, my 12 books. I haven't finished those. My mood tracker. So it's actually doing, for March, I actually did a little bit better than I did in February. Actually, I did a lot better than I did in February. I had a lot more happy days, as you can see by the pink. So, and this girl I got off Pinterest, the mood tracker title, the key I made myself. The key I made myself. This is just the one that I made from, the first month. So I just make all these myself. And then I have my event calendar, and this is the first month that I tried to make it a little bit prettier. I don't think I succeeded too well, but whatever. It's there. It looks nicer than I think February anyway. And then this is my YouTube, no, not YouTube, what is this? Instagram, my Instagram tracker for the month. My March goal was to end with 100 followers, and I actually ended with 141. I started at 60, so that was absolutely stunning. I was so freaking happy about this. So you can see the amount of posts that I did, reels and stories, and then you can see the amount of followers I gained. You know, I put all of my my follower count on the Sunday, whatever it was on Sunday, I just put my follower count down. So you can see on the 7th it was 79, but by the next week it was 96. And this was the amount of posts that I had done. You know, so 96 we started here on this week and the 3rd week of March. These were the posts and stories, and I ended with this follower count, you know. So this is a really excellent visual. If you like visual things like this, because I know a lot of people like graphs and stuff, but I actually like looking at things in this type of layout so that I can see exactly how many followers I started with on one week, and then the following week, you know, how many I've gained. It's just great. And then I can see how many posts and everything that I have done. So the goals for that week obviously was to end with 100 followers. And I wanted to do 8 stories, 4 reels and 3 posts. So I'm gonna put that back. And I just smashed it. I was just, oh my God, so happy, like so very, very happy. So here I have my playing, watching and reading list. I initially had listening here. I don't know why I had listening, because I listened to far too much music that would ever fit here. But anyway, so I changed it to playing. So I was playing for March, I was playing City Skylines, Fallout 4, Cyberpunk, and Animal Crossing PC. And then for my favorites, or not my favorites, but I was watching this month, Ginny and Georgia, The Big Bang Theory, which I'm so glad is over with now, Superstore, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and New Girl. And I was reading 100 Days of Sunlight, which I really didn't care for, which really upset me actually, because I follow the author on YouTube and I follow her on Instagram, and I think she's an amazing person, and I was really sad about not liking the book. I really wanted to like the book and I just didn't. So, and then I have my to buy list for the month. This picture, well, all of the inserts I made myself in Canva, and so these are just pictures that I downloaded from Pinterest. Then we move into the first week, and same thing, same overview. This actually really works for me. I wanted to try and put a tracker here for the month. That did not work for me at all, because I don't come back to this page to track anything. It's just not something that I do, and it's not something that I'm interested in doing, I've realized. So that doesn't, like, I fell off using that. This is just another foiled vellum that I made myself. And then this is a new setup that I was trying for my dailies, and I kind of like it, but it didn't work 100%. I kind of like it anyway. So again, here I'm still trying it out. I actually tried doing YouTube back in February. I did a flip through and it didn't turn out very well because I was very new at it and I really didn't know what I was doing. So it was more like a practice video, and I trashed it because I just didn't like it. So again, same type of thing. I've got some journaling under here, some journaling under here as well. Sticking with this layout for a bit, I guess I really liked it. I kind of do, actually. Honestly, I kind of do. I think it looks pretty good. This was another dashboard that I made. This was all washi tape from Simply Gilded. Like, all of this is from Simply Gilded, and it's all washi tape I don't like. But I wanted to see what it would look like together on a dashboard, and I still don't like it, so at least it's consistent. But I know a lot of people do, because I showed it on Instagram. A lot of people messaged me and said it looked really awesome, but I do not care for that, so. And this is a remnant, or the, I guess the, like, oh God, Dactional calls it like a negative from when you foil something. So this was from this dashboard. This is the negative from that dashboard, but I didn't want to throw it out because I liked it. And then I have my print settings for my silhouette, depending on, you know, what I'm cutting. This is all information from, or for a manifesting journal that I was going to start and actually didn't. I tried and it just, I don't know. I just fell off. I couldn't do it. I don't know why. So here we have just another dashboard for the next week. I had this really pretty vellum. This vellum was from one of the Simply Gilded sub boxes. This I just made myself. This is just washi. All of this is washi. And then that's just a photo that I found off Google. And I really like it. It says, when a flower doesn't bloom, you fix the environment in which it grows, not the flower. And that really hit home for me because I kept trying to change everything about me instead of trying to fix my environment. And I think that's probably why I was having such a really bad mental health month or two, because I wasn't trying to fix the right thing, if that makes sense. Still sticking with the same. This doesn't change. This overview will always stay the same. It's really only the dailies that change. So here I went back to trying to do horizontal days on one page. Didn't work, didn't really like it. I mean, it looks okay, but I didn't really like it. This is one of my favorite ever yaoi comics. It's called 19 Days, and I can't even pronounce, because it's a Chinese comic and I cannot for the life of me pronounce the author's name, so I'm not even going to try, but it's one of my favorites. This is another picture that I found on Pinterest. I absolutely love her. I thought she was beautiful. The washi tape is from Simply Gilded, like this insert, same one, the ones I always make myself. So here's actually the first week that I downloaded a printable kit to use, and I will have all of these linked in the description. And I may get this wrong, but I think this was PrintPetticoat Bandit. Tried foiling it, but I really did not like how the foiling turned out myself. So I will probably just stick to buying foiled kits. Same type of layout. So I've got my pictures here. I've done a little bit of journaling on the side, but I found that that actually doesn't work for me as much. I have my weekend on one page. I kind of like this, but kind of don't. Like, it kind of didn't work for me, but kind of did. Next week, so we have a nice decorative piece of vellum. I really just like to keep the decorative pieces in between, but it's coming out. I didn't tip it down. Or this actually might have been one. Yeah, this was one that I thought I could just glue in and it would stick, and it didn't. So gluing doesn't work, FYI. That's just a picture I found off Google. Her I found off Pinterest. Love her so much. This was another kit that I love how this turned out, by the way. This I love. This was another kit that I purchased, and this was from Tralala Stickers. I'll link her in the description. I love her kits. Her kits are absolutely stunning, and I love this layout so much. The only thing I don't like about it is that I just don't have enough room. It's just not enough room. And a couple of people actually suggested that I do one day on 2 pages, like have the timed version on one side and then like my dailies on the other side. And I did try that later on in the year, which you'll see. Tried a different sort of semi-different layout here, having all of my tasks at the top and then doing some journaling underneath. Didn't really work out. Didn't really like it. So I went back to the original layout that I started doing. This is a lyric, and I absolutely love it. It's like one of my favorite songs ever. The song is called New Machines, and it is by Vinyl Theatre, and it is one of my all-time favorite songs. I love it. Highly recommend you look it up on YouTube if you haven't ever heard it before. This is just another printable that I did on vellum. This kit, again, is by Tralala Stickers, and I love it. So that's what it looks like. This was a new layout I was kind of trying, and I kind of actually really like this, but I found, again, just wasn't enough space. And it didn't really work as much as I wanted it to work. We went into a 3-day lockdown here from COVID being in our little community area. This is a quote from the book Down Among the Sticks and Bones. I love this book so much. And this quote from the book like hit me. And it says, "The Moors exist in eternal twilight, in the pause between the lightning strike and the resurrection." I love that. Oh my God, it gave me freaking chills. God, you guys, if you love reading, please go look up this book. It is so good. I highly recommend it. It is so good. Okay, and then so my March favorites for the month was, my shows were Ginny and Georgia. I love that show. It's really not appropriate for like younger viewers, but like teens and stuff. It's so good. And Superstore, really, really like that series. I really do. I had some favorite washies for the month, and then my favorite pens for that month was my Pilot Friction erasable, which I actually can't find at the moment, but I will find it, and I'll probably do like a favorites video of things that I use frequently and that I love. And then the Cleaner Energel, which I don't use very often, and I don't use it in my Stalogy, but I do like it. And then this washi here I got from AliExpress. Then I have my playlist for the month of March, all of the songs that really hit me and stayed with me for the month. I love them all.